Good morning! It's 1:55 AM and we are awake and kitted out and about to start our 1.5 hour drive to the top of the North Rim.
And then Molly leaves us and down we go.
And we're off. So wish us luck and we'll see you soon. Bye.
See you at the end. So the challenge began.
And with it, the 5,500 foot drop.
So we are 45 minutes in. We've just climbed from all the way up the top there and we've reached the first bridge. So this is something we're planning on doing south. Then this first bridge is about 45 minutes down. So, you know, you're almost there,
And
right?
one toilet stop.
And one toilet stop. Yeah, we've hit the first toilet stop. And we're feeling pretty good, right?
This is where we're going.
And now down here.
And so we kept on running.
And running and running and running.
And waddling.
If that's what we can call it. And running a little bit more, enjoying everything the canyon had to offer.
So we've carried on running. We actually just hit an uphill slope, which went on for like 10 minutes and I'm exhausted. Just thought we'd show you the kind of different terrains we're running on in case it's something you're planning on doing yourself. As you can see, this is kind of unstable, a bit rocky. What do you think of it, Em?
This is actually kind of nice to run on. Just be careful with your stride.
And make sure you wear appropriate coloured shoes.
Our spirits stayed high.
Once I realised that Hannah was still behind me, our balance was tested.
And things stayed cool-ish with a little help from the canyon's natural resources.
So, as you can see, I'm running downhill. We've had a slight change of terrain, so it's now a little more sandy. I feel like I'm telling you the weather. And we've taken a hold of, that's probably the wrong saying there, but I'm pretty tired, a new running technique, which we like to call the running waddle squat. It basically takes the pressure off our knees, a little bit off our ankles, off our shins, so that we can keep going for the 24 miles. But yeah, update, change in terrain, trainers are still orange.
Little did we know that it wasn't actually going to be 24.
It was in fact going to be 29.
Hop. So we've just reached the second bridge on our journey, which goes over the Colorado River, which is absolutely beautiful, and we could definitely dive in right now. Talking of diving in, we are going to dive into our first snack of the run. We've been going about 1 hour and 20, so the legs are getting a little bit tired and we just need a little bit of fuel. Also, quick note.
Yeah, about 20 minutes back up there is a fork in the road. One says to something Springs, which we've forgotten the name of. If you want to take a little scenic detour, go down there. There's a little helicopter pad as well that you can see. If you want to carry on running, follow the sign to Cottonwood and you'll come down to it.
So we followed the sign to Cottonwood because we kind of want to keep up the pace and sort of make up the miles while we're going downhill. But anyway, we're going to tuck into our snack bar and we'll see you soon. Another terrain update. We are walking over the bridge. Thankfully, we don't have to walk over the actual water because that would be a struggle. But yeah, this is obviously a little bit nice to run on, a little bit springy, but it doesn't last very long. Of 17 kilometres and we reached another crossroads, which again, really helpful, had no signs, especially when you just climbed a mega hill. So we're a little bit out of breath, but anyway, we took the one we thought was right.
Which had no signpost.
Which had no sign, but we're staying this side of the river. So basically we just followed the path. So if you do hit that sort of crossroads at just before 17 kilometres, I think it was 16.8 to be exact, just keep going. Change of terrain update for you. It's getting slightly darker, or redder, whichever way you want to call it. But anyway, it's also a little softer, it's quite sandy, which is great news for our knees and our shins. So we've been running for about 2.5 hours now and actually feeling pretty strong.
Yeah, a bit sweaty, but feeling fine.
We haven't started going uphill yet, so that
We've
might...
had 3 almost sprained ankles though, so watch out for those rocks.
We have. Trick is, kind of just keep going and they shake
it off.
I've just come into this beautiful view.
Look at that.
Look at that.
That second bit up there is where we've got to get back out to.
We've got to get up there.
The canyon continued to amaze us as we reached this bridge which marked well over the halfway point.
Our legs were doing a pretty good job too.
If there's one thing we took away from our 7 hours of running in the Grand Canyon, it would be to keep looking up.
Because you do not want to miss a view like this, do you?
We're about 2 minutes from Bright Angel Trail, which is kind of the main campsite at the bottom.
Yeah, Bright Angel campsite.
Bright Angel campsite. And we've just run into some friends. Look at these guys.
If you're not as crazy as us, you can ride these down instead.
Yeah, so there is an option. It runs all year round apart from Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Where you can actually take these guys for a little ride and ride them all the way down to the bottom and back out again. Tell us what you do.
Hi, well, my name is Steve, and we pack supplies down to Phantom Ranch every day, 365. This is how Phantom Ranch gets all their supplies down here, is by mule.
Anyway, onwards and upwards, again, quite literally. To the campground, if only we were sleeping. So we have just arrived at the Bright Angel campsite where we're going to fill up our water, stock up on some snacks. We're actually going to tuck into some pip and nut because it's really easily, oh, there's a fly in my face. It's really easy to digest. So we've got the little mini pip and nut sachets. We've gone for coconut and almond, but anything like that works. We just find energy gels quite difficult to digest, and obviously they don't taste that nice. Whereas peanut butter, or almond butter in our case, tastes fantastic.
All I have to do is run water over it, snap it, and it should go cold. So let's see. This works.
So we're about to tuck into snack number 3. What we're going to do is we're going to take a Lucozade carb bar. And of course, when in doubt, / when running the canyon and feeling a little bit sorry for yourself, pip and nut.
The seemingly never-ending bridge marked the beginning of our uphill climb.
Uphill climb? You mean 4,500 feet?
Hi!
Hey, you recording?
Yeah.
The temperature started to increase as the Mars began to decrease.
Yet still, the red rock ahead of us only marked the first stage of our climb.
It's 8:30 a.m. and we're hoping to be out by about 12:30, 1 o'clock. So, let the fun begin, right?
Yeah.
Emily's still snacking.
As inviting as the cool waters looked and the option of whitewater rafting, we chose to stay on our own 2 feet.
Just keep running, just keep running.
And we've hit a new terrain. Sand, kind to the feet, me to the calves.
And sunshine.
Oh, and sunshine. Everywhere. 4.5 hours in, over 30 kilometres in too, and now the real fun begins. Just got to keep climbing now.
Keep climbing.
It's all uphill from here. All the way
Giant stairs.
up to the top.
To put the Grand Canyon into perspective,
We hiked Ben Nevis and some,
or 5.5 Eiffel Towers,
and in terms of time duration, it's pretty much a good night's sleep.
So close now to Indian Gardens,
I can see it.
where we're going to have jelly beans and fill up water.
we could not be happier to have seen Indian Gardens.
This was a fairly memorable point from our last hike of the canyon, so it was great to see some familiar faces or trees.
We've just reached Indian Gardens where we've been greeted by Robert, who's very kindly taken a lot of our stuff off us so that we can run the last sort of 2 hours of the trail. We're going to snack on some Lucozade jelly beans because sense of humour's failing a little bit.
So I know we said run.
But at this point, we seriously considered jumping aboard these guys.
Keeps on climbing. Seriously feeling the heat and the elevation now. Ooh, but we're gonna get there.
1.5 miles out from the end, we are being defeated.
There's only
Slowly.
a lot of walking.
But surely, it's been a little more walking than we fancied or wanted. But
Oh,
it's fine, we're completing it, we're going to be ahead of time. We've had an amazing time and we are still having an amazing time despite being in a little bit of pain. We are officially 1.5 miles out. It's literally so close we can touch it.
I can
Just
see it.
like 25 minutes of pain and happiness and this, of course.
That view.
We have conquered the canyon
You can't even see where we started.
nearly. TTH versus TGC is almost complete. We will see you at the end. Probably the greatest feeling in the entire world. Well, it will be in like 25 minutes, but we have nearly done it, and I couldn't have done it with anyone better. Look who we've bumped into!
Our support crew.
Our support crew, we have found them. We just did a quick interview with Arizona Highways, which was really fun, and now we are on our way out for the last mile now. Made it! We're literally like 2 seconds from the top, and we have done it.
Let's see them.
We have done it. I can say this is pretty much our cardio for the rest of the year, but it has been incredible. And now I need to eat.
Words cannot describe that.
Words cannot describe it. It's been the most incredible 7 hours probably in my entire life.
If you decide to do this with someone, please make sure they're best friend, otherwise you won't come out alive.
And just do it because you may have been in pain, but the feeling on finishing now is amazing.
Like, I'm tired but euphoric.
And if you do decide to run the Grand Canyon, make sure you wear orange trainers because this happens. Yep. Bye!